Things got heated in Montgomery County today outside of a council hearing on whether to raise the minimum wage for tipped workers. Our Casey Nolan was there as workers showed up to rally both for and against raising the tipped minimum wage. And Casey, we're told the police even had to get involved. Good evening.
Yeah, that's right, Simone. The issue has now made its way to the county council for their first hearing. Protest groups on either side, rallying groups on either side showed up, and at some point there was some pushing and shoving, and the police had to separate folks. Now, you might think that this is a fight between, say, restaurant owners who don't want to pay their workers more and restaurant workers, when in reality, today we saw that this is pitting restaurant workers against each other. There is one thing these two groups in different colored t-shirts agree on. They are restaurant workers who want to make as much money as they can. How to do that is where they're divided.
We're worried about losing our income. We make a really good living waiting tables.
The workers in green are against a Montgomery County bill that would require restaurants to pay workers the full minimum wage. Currently, tipped workers only make about $2 an hour plus tips. They worry that an increase to their minimum wage would lead to restaurant surcharges and less money in tips for a lower total take-home pay.
I work at a diner. I've been working in restaurants for 20 years. Never worked with a fancy, upscale restaurant with white linen tablecloths. Always been able to pay my bills.
Working in like a bar as a bartender, you get the sexual harassment, you get all of that, but you can't really stand up for yourself because hey, I need this tip. My employer's not paying me.
Supporters of the increase in the pink shirts say women of color and other minority restaurant workers often make less in tips. And they say they're less likely to speak up if employers don't pay the difference that the law requires when their tips don't equal the regular minimum wage.
I love the service industry. I love, serving other people because, you never know how somebody's day is going. So to bring a smile to their face, I would love to. But also, not at my demise,
There is nothing in this legislation that would prevent people from tipping. People can still tip on top of a higher base wage for restaurant workers. Will they? That is the question. Both sides are pointing to D.C. to try to help their argument, but hard data on what might be the long-term tipping patterns is kind of hard to come by. So that still remains to be seen as people continue to make their case, Simone, in front of the county council. Coming up at 6 o'clock, we will hear more of those arguments that were made inside the meeting today. I can tell you this is definitely weeks, if not months, away from being decided.
Certainly, at the end of the day, people just want to make a living, make a paycheck, and we can hear the passion on both sides. Casey, thank you.